Good morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics behind the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense by an expert in financial literacy, and hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Monday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day! Happy Valentine's Day, honey. I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on WWDB Radio 860 AM in Philadelphia, and we are live on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube. Of course, you can find me on Facebook, TikTok, and other social media by just searching Larry Steinhouse. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching this show, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. You can comment live on the show on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, and please say hi so I know you're watching. By the way, if you're commenting from a group and not the Money Chat Now fan page, your name may not show up on my dashboard. Please go to the Money Chat Now page and comment there so I can recognize you and say hi. Joe Menino is wishing me a happy Valentine's Day. I'm wondering if I should get worried. Anyway, Money Chat Now, of course, is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class by going to investorschooling.com. There you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading by those who do it every day. All right, so on today's show, we're going to be talking about, of course, the futures update. We're going to be talking about the war again because it actually has a lot to do with what's going on. We're going to be talking about the Freedom Fighter update. We're going to be talking about the BA2 Variant. We're going to be talking about Peloton's Zoom crash. This is kind of cool. And we're going to be talking about the Playboy Mansion just in time for Valentine's Day. All right, let's talk about what's going on. So Friday was just another let's go Brandon moment when the White House told the servicemen in the Ukraine to pack their bags and get out of there, indicating that war is imminent. The stock market reacted as expected when all of the major indicators dropped. The Dow was down 503 points, the S&P was down 85, and the Nasdaq plummeted almost 400 points. Of course, the oil stocks rose on the news because if and when the war starts, oil is going to be the token used for retaliation and negotiation. Hey, remember that lump of coal you got for Christmas? You should keep it. It's going to be worth more than a diamond necklace you're going to get today for Valentine's Day. Hey, let's talk about the Super Bowl for a minute. You know, I don't know if you know, but by the way, if you know me, you know that I'm not much of a sports fan. But here's an interesting tidbit of the correlation between which division wins and how the stock market does that year. It has been said that when the AFC wins, it will be a bear market, and if the NFC wins, it will be a bull market. This indicator has been tracked and has a 75% accuracy rate. So with the Rams winning, and them being, of course, an NFC team, there is a 75% chance that the market will do well this year. Well, the real question is whether Russia is part of the NFC. I also noticed that another rear signal in the market recently. I noticed a double top on all the composite charts. The S&P peaked at 49.89 on February 2nd, and then again 49.87 on the 9th. This could be a really bad signal that we are entering a bear market. In fact, the S&P is down 7.25% since the beginning of the year. I got to tell you, I talk often about February being a bad month, and it usually gets bad from about now till mid-March. April picks up, and it usually heads up from there. You should keep some money on the side for bargains in the next 3 weeks. I have to tell you, I'm about half in cash at the moment, and I will see if I can hold on to March to add to any of my positions. All right, I want to say hello to a couple people online. Hey, Deb. Hey, Charles. Hey, Bill. Thanks a lot. Hey, right now, the futures, just so you guys know, the futures right now, the Dow is down 241, the S&P is down 35, and the Nasdaq is down 154. By the way, I was also a bit concerned last night when I saw the Asian market tank over 2%. It's going to be bumpy until Russia either backs down or knocks on Ukraine's door. It's coming. All right. Let's talk about the war. So I mentioned the threat of war being the main concern of the stock market and appears to be in the headlines everywhere. In a recent article on CNBC, they reported what a war would look like. They actually reported what a war would look like. Now, first of all, when a reporter asks a question to a security advisor like, what would the war look like, what do you expect them to say? Well, he actually said what you and I would expect him to say. If there's a military invasion of Ukraine by Russia, it's likely to begin with a significant barrage of missiles and bomb attacks. This guy says it's crazy, right? I don't understand why people would say that and why somebody would ask the question. It would then be followed by an onslaught of ground force moving across the Ukraine frontier, he said, adding that there will be a substantial number of civilians caught in the crossfire. This is like asking the chief medical officer, the chief medical doctor, like Frotsky, what a pandemic looked like. First the people would get the sniffles, and then they would all die. This is why we live in a world of fear. It's not just the politicians and nobodies that want to make their name for themselves, but it's also the reporters looking to do the same. Look, I do believe there's going to be an action against the Ukraine from Russia. However, it won't last long and it won't be with weapons of mass destruction. It'll probably be a missile overhead warning followed by diplomatic talks. At least that's my opinion. But then again, I'm no security advisor, and for that matter, I'm no Dr. Fauci either, and that's probably why I survived 2 years without getting COVID, wearing a mask, or getting vaccinated. As the threat of war goes on and the threat of dying from a cold continues, we will have the ever barrage of sensationalism to contend with. When you ask the Amish why they didn't get COVID, they say it's because they didn't have any televisions. Ain't that the truth? All right, let's talk about the freedom fighters. Woo! Hey, we've been following the freedom fighters in Canada, and now they're starting to get arrested. Damn it. The standoff between Canada police and the protesters blocking a key bridge to the United States continued on Saturday, more than 7 hours after authorities moved in seeking to end the blockade of the important trade corridor. Demonstrators opposing the government's strict pandemic restrictions have occupied the Ambassador Bridge for the 5th straight day, snarling international trade and prompting President Crackpipe, yes, President Crackpipe, they actually got President Crackpipe to be called in to end the siege. But why is there still no sign when traffic will resume? Why is Crackpipe involved anyway? Oh, I know, because Trudeau, the child, can't do anything about it. Doesn't Trudeau look like a child whining and crying when he's on television? Who voted for this guy? Who even let this guy run? He looks like a character from a Harry Potter series. I'm beginning to get scared that he might turn into a dragon, fly into the bridge, and burn the cars and his trucks with his fire breath. Think about this. Between President Crackpipe and Trudeau the child, the entire North America is at risk. It really does give full meaning to Make America Great Again. I can hear Z and Putin laughing right now. I wonder if Upper North America will belong to China or Russia, leaving us with the remainder. Hey, let's finish this segment with my other favorite topic. Can you hear the sarcasm oozing out? The World Health Organization, the guys who are owned by Germany. Oh, by the way, you didn't know that? Look it up. Germany finances more than 50% of the WHO, and you want to know why I call this a Nazi movement? Anyway, the Nazi organization called the WHO, in order to keep the narrative going, has said that BA2 variant, yes, we have another variant, in case you didn't have a playbook, the BA2 variant will be rising quickly. BA2 is more transmittable than BA1, so we expect to see BA2 increasing in detection around the world, Maria Van Kerkhoff said during the question and answer session live streamed on the WHO's social media platform Tuesday. Van Kerkhoff? Really? Of course she put the CYA clause saying that it may not be very severe because it's an offshoot of the scary Omicron variant. Oh! Wait till BA2 meets the CT1. BA2 will be finished. Oh, you're wondering what the CT1 is? It's the Canadian Truckers Act 1. Another COVID news, our children under 5 may be safe from an unnecessary visit to the doctor, at least for now. Pfizer and the FDA have not approved the vaccine for children under 5, and they are saying they need more tests. Yes, they need more tests. Line up for your shot so you can be the test for Pfizer and the FDA, because apparently that is their test. They're going to inject a whole bunch of people, millions of people, and see what the side effects could be. I guess someone with a conscience at Pfizer decided that they don't want to test this version of the vaccine on our children. But here's a scary quote from the FDA about this. Dr. Peter Marks, head of the FDA's vaccine division, said, "The data that we saw makes us realize that we needed to see data from a third dose on the ongoing trial in order to make the determination that we could proceed with doing an authorization." He said this without providing specifics on the data. Have you heard enough yet? By the way, another quote from the same article says, "Imagine us approving it after 2 days and then after 2 doses, and then finding out later that the third dose was unsafe and having to pull it back," said Dr. Paul Offit. And he's a pediatrician and the director of vaccine education at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. He continued with, "I'm glad we're going to wait until we have all the data to make that decision." I don't know about you, but this really sounds like they're hiding something. But heck, I'm a Republican, so that makes me a conspiracy theorist right away. You decide what you want to do, but I'm glad my children are grown. However, it's my grandchildren I'm worried about. Come on, CT1, win this war. Hey, let's take a break. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from 2 Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to Investor Schooling or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to thank you all for listening on WWDB Radio 860 in Philadelphia. And if you're watching online, please hit that share button so you can help your friends learn about how to make more money and, of course, have a great laugh. Hey, hit that like button. Let me know you're enjoying the show. And you can also leave comments on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube, and I will try to respond to them live. Hey, by the way, I want to thank some of you guys for commenting on Facebook. I during the commercial, I was reading all the comments. There's so many, I can't even read them all, but they're so funny. Some of them, I got some people in Canada, and we now have a new phrase called the CT1. So we had all these Canadian flags. Somebody in Canada actually put CT1 and put a whole bunch of Canadian flags there. So let's go CT1. Let's go CT1. All right. So far, of course, we've been discussing the futures update, and right now the Dow is down 198, getting a little bit better. The S&P is down 30, and the NASDAQ is down 145. Hey, we talked about the war, and we talked about the fact that, Canada might be, I don't know, it might be China or it might be part of Russia. I'm not sure which, and we're going to be the other, because clearly between Crackpipe Joe and the child Trudeau, we have no leadership. We talked about the freedom fighter update, and the CT1 going to beat out the BA2, and of course we're going to be talking about Peloton and the Zoom crash. It's kind of funny, and we're going to be talking about the Playboy Mansion, and of course we'll be talking about today's picks and plays. But hey, make sure you guys hit that share button, hit that like button, and don't forget to leave comments on the LinkedIn channel, the Facebook channel, and YouTube, and of course Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, be sure to set a preset to this station and listen every day at 7:30. Also, look up Money Chat Now on Facebook when you get home, and let me know what you think of the show. All right, let's get into the second half, and let's talk about something really funny, which is Peloton. So I've been reporting, and I'm sure you are aware, that Peloton is in trouble as a company. They had a great run during the scamdemic because basically the illegal government shutdowns, the overreach government shutdowns, But now that people are living their lives again, the company is hurting as gyms fill up and Peloton bikes become clothes hangers, just like their antique predecessors. Well, they have terminated as many as 2,800 employees to keep the company running as slim as possible. And the other day, the new CEO held a Zoom meeting to discuss the future of the company. So here's the fun part. They either used an old repeating meeting link, or the link was linked to former employees who crashed the Zoom meeting and heckled the new CEO and the remaining employees. Ah, the joy of Zoom meetings. We're going to miss these when the world finally wakes up from this stupid scamdemic. Well, on that meeting, many of the ex-employees would leave chat comments, or in an open mic portion would leave comments like, "I have to sell all my Peloton apparel to pay my bills." I could just imagine the comments that weren't mentioned in the article. Anyway, the Zoom meeting ended earlier, and I would bet the morale of the company just dropped a few more notches. By the way, let's talk about Peloton. In my opinion, Peloton is done. COVID actually killed this company instead of helping it. Yeah, they had a great run because of COVID, or should I say government overreach, but that should not have been the natural course of the company. It should have grown slowly and methodically. You know, we have heard rumors of a buyout, and this may happen, but remember, they're rumors only. It's not a good bet for me, and I'm going to say stay away from Peloton as a stock. There's nothing there for me. I don't like it at all. Who knows? I just wouldn't bother with it. Hey, let's talk about the Playboy Mansion. Hey, if you're a boomer, you definitely know who Hugh Hefner was. Hefner was the founder and the most revered Playboy of the past century. His magazine was a top seller, and of course, everyone read it for the articles, and of course, not the centerfold. Yeah, right. Well, since Hefner died in 2007, it seems, by the way, it seems longer than 2007, doesn't it? But anyway, since he died, the company has been trying to re-identify itself. The concept of sex just doesn't work the way it used to, but of course they can't keep it off the table. Yeah, I don't know. There's a joke in there somewhere. Anyway, Anyway, in their new branding, they will also be buying a huge piece of land in the metaverse and building, yep, you guessed it, a Playboy Mansion in the metaverse. Now, I do have to say that the metaverse is getting weirder and weirder the more I hear about things like this. I mean, really, what are you going to do in the Playboy Mansion in the metaverse? All right, for all of you who think they just answered that question, remember that your hands are full because they're holding the metaverse controllers. I'll let you use your imagination while we take a break. We will be back in just a minute.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Did you guys figure out what to do in the Playboy Mansion while you're holding the controllers? I don't know. I'm going to refrain from making a joke that it would work better for women, but I'll leave that alone. All right, so far we've been discussing, of course, the futures update. Wow, the Dow is only down 127 points now. That's great. Ooh, it's moving fast. Dow is down 87 in just a second I looked. The S&P is down 17 and the NASDAQ is down 98. It might not be as bad as I thought. All right, we talked about the war, and we talked about the fact that who knows, between President Crackpipe and the child Trudeau, we have no chance to do anything. And also we also talked about the freedom fighter update, the truckers, and the child Trudeau. And you got to watch this guy. It really is. The guy's such a joke. We talked about the BA2 variant and the CT1 variant destroying the BA2 variant. We talked about Peloton Zoom crash. And, of course, we talked about the Playboy Mansion and what to do with those controllers while you're in the Playboy Mansion. I don't know. All right, so coming up is today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button? Did you guys hit that share button? Let everyone know what great stock plays are coming by sharing this information. And, of course, you could share on your page or on groups that you feel will benefit from great stock plays. You can also leave comments on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and LinkedIn. And make sure you do, because I'm enjoying it. All right. Hey, if you listen on WWDB Radio, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know about politics behind the stock market. And, of course, you'll get a good laugh. Hey, has anybody seen the billboard yet on 95? Let me know if you've seen the billboard yet on 95 about this show. It's kind of cool. It has my big picture on it. Let's talk about what's going on in the market. So it looks like it might be another rough day, although I'll tell you right now, even in the time that we started back from the break, the Dow is only down 55 now, and the NASDAQ is only down 75, so it might be getting back. Who knows? Anyway, we'll find out if the Biden effect kicks in. However, look, don't be discouraged. It's actually going to be a great opportunity for loading up on stocks as well as getting in and out of stock option plays. When the market is volatile, stock option plays do really well. Look for your favorite stocks to hit great buy prices and then pounce. I tell you what, I bought some AAL on Friday and some Meta, and I'm hoping for a quick pop on both of these. I also left room for them to drop, and I'm going to add to the position as they drop again. If AAL goes below 17, I will definitely be adding, and if Meta goes below 200, I'm going to be adding a whole lot. Google, by the way, is also a great play, and I've been talking about this before. It's going to be a really great play because as it gets ready for a 20-to-1 split in July, you could load up on this, and it could be great for you because you're going to be able to have a whole bunch of shares. You're going to be able to have 100 shares for every 5 shares you buy. You'll have 100 shares, and that will be great because you'll be able to sell covered calls on it. I think it's going to be a great play. All right, let's talk about the event coming up. So, have you registered for our special event yet on April 24th? We're going to be having Bill Spadia of New Jersey 101.5 and other special guests that will be discussing both finances and constitutional freedom. It's going to be an amazing event that will include two of the most important things in your life, finances and freedom. By the way, they're kind of related. If you have some good finances, you have more freedom. But you're also going to need freedom from the government because we saw over the last 2 years what the government can do to you by taking away your freedom. We're also going to be having a great lunch by a world-renowned chef, and we're going to be having breakfast also. And it's all going to be taking place at the historic Washington Crossing Inn in Washington Crossing, PA. Tickets are selling fast. Look, if you're online and you have not ordered a ticket, or if you're on WWDB Radio, go to the number 4 mmw.com. The number 4 mmw.com and join us there. I'm telling you, you're going to want to be there. It's going to be a great place for you to go. A couple of guys online are saying they're saying hi, and they're also saying they registered already. But I'm telling you, you guys want to register this. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be a lot of fun, very different than anything we've ever done before when we include finances and freedom. Let's talk a little bit about crypto. Bitcoin fell back again, and so did Ethereum. Hey, I don't know. This might be the settlement point for the big crypto. I mean, is the rush over? I don't know. It may be. But look, I never really fully understood why the asset moved up and down so violently in the first place. But if you're a hoodler, good luck, and I hope it pays off. This is one of those plays that it may be a great play for you. It may not be a great play. I don't know, but you definitely want to get in. If you want to get in, great. If you don't want to get in, that's great too. I don't fully understand it. I've been trying to understand. I understand how Bitcoin works, and I will be doing a presentation on it shortly at Investor Schooling. But how and why it goes up the way it does and goes down the way it does, that one is going to baffle me. Gold and silver are on the rise as the threat of war continues to beat up the market. Gold is above $18.50 for the first time in 8 months, and silver is the 23s. By the way, when I count my silver, I count its value as 25, and I'd love to see it hit 50 again like it did about 15 years ago. That would be awesome, and it will definitely happen. I just don't know when. All right, the Treasury Bond did fall below the 2 mark and is now hovering around 1.92%. The market definitely needs to calm down and stop overreacting to this number. It's ridiculous. By the way, I'm looking at this. The Dow is now only down 3 points. It's about to turn positive. The S&P is also down 3 points, and the Nasdaq is only down 32 points. Something must have happened, either that or the market. Maybe all the money managers got their Valentine's present and they're feeling better, because it could be pretty neat. Hey, by the way, somebody asked me online, yes, you do have to register your spouses separately because we have to pay for the incredible lunch and breakfast, and also for some of the speakers. Hey, I want to thank all the listeners on WWDB Radio, 860 AM in Philadelphia. I want to thank you for your continued support. If you're enjoying the show, please reach out and let us know. You can leave comments on the WWDB fan page and look for us online. My name is Larry Steinhouse, and I'm the host of Money Chat Now, and I'm also the CEO of Investor Schooling. By the way, I just blinked again. The Dow is now up 50 points, the S&P is now up 6 points, and the Nasdaq is now up 6 points. Wow, that is absolutely fantastic. And this, I'm telling you, the time the show was on, the pre-market moved about 250 points. Hey, I want to remind everybody that from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in this show, and the opinions discussed in this show is solely mine, and no one has asked them to discuss them. And by the way, you guys on YouTube, this is political satire. Political satire. Stop throwing me off the platform. Unbelievable. By the way, did you guys order my book yet? My book is called Money Hacks. You can go to barnesandnoble.com, look up Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. And I promise you it's a really, really good event. No, Lou, the wife is not free. You have to order a separate ticket, each ticket for each person. By the way, so if you haven't ordered the book yet, go to barnesandnoble.com, look up Larry Steinhouse Money Hacks, and you can pre-order the book, and you can get it in July. But if you come see me, and matter of fact, if you come see me at that event, and you bring me the receipt that shows me you pre-ordered the book, I'll even give you a copy of the book signed by me, so you can get a signed copy of the book. Hey, are you guys enjoying the show? If you're enjoying the show, please leave comments on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. By the way, Bill is saying that he finished the book this weekend and he thinks it's a great read. I think it's a great read too, but then again, I wrote it. All right, I want you guys to also have an awesome Valentine's Day and make sure it's a profitable day. Take care.